ease at which Leicester are cutting through Villa, it is great defending. It's just happening too easy, just like as you alluded to. If anyone's going to score next, it looks like it's going to be Leicester.
He's a hobbling, but back to his feet. And Dean Smith at Brentford came from there in the summer for £12 million. Soyuncu on the ball now, finding Maddison. Leicester halfway inside Villa's half, going back to halfway, and Ndidi. This is Ricardo Pereira now, having a run, trying to get the ball in. He managed to do that, past Douglas Luiz, and cleared away by Konza, and out of play for a Leicester corner.
And like you say, they just keep going. They keep attacking, they keep going forward. If it's not Chilwell down the left, then it's Pereira down the right, and they keep trying to put in quality. And they're just challenging Villa's defence the whole way through, and they're taking a pounding, aren't they? They're like the walking wounded at the moment, Villa's defence.
10 gone second half, 3-1 to Leicester. Maddison from the right is going to take the corner. Ndidi having a bit of a disagreement with Al Mohammadi in there. Maddison one arm in the air, overcomes his outswings delivery, hammered it over towards the far post, and Evans can get there ahead of Al Mohammadi. Back with Pratt now on halfway. Originally came in from Sampdoria in the summer. Gets it back from Pereira. Now Tielemans up to Maddison. Maddison inside the centre circle, back for Evans. It's death by 1,000 cuts at the moment for Villa, just can't get anywhere near the ball. Soyuncu will work it all the way back to Schmeichel. Wesley's working hard, trying to put some pressure on him. Schmeichel just wallops it forward, and it turns into...
be offside, because that's a great ball.
It would have been, yeah, but Iheanacho just straight past the last defender. Shouldn't really have been offside from that position, should he?
Shouldn't be, no. Outside of the foot fader from over 50 yards from Schmeichel. So if he meant that, it's a wonderful, wonderful pass.
Just having a look at the third goal for Leicester. The first goal of the second half, easy header for Evans, beat El Mohammadi to it.
I call it the let's not bother marking goal, because no one, El Mohammadi's marking him, and then Evans spins to his left. El Mohammadi spins to his right and loses sight of Evans, which is page 1, number 1A of basic defending. Don't lose sight of your attacker, because you can't time your leap then, because you don't know where he is, and that's what happened.
Free kick for Villa at the other end. Meanwhile, Grealish going to send this one into the penalty area, deep toward Engels at the far post. He maybe just jumped a little too early, couldn't get the connection. And then there's a nudge in the back.
Dear, that's terrible.
From Douglas Luiz, which results in a free kick.
It picked it up on the mics. He got pushed in the back and screamed. Come on, what's that about?
So there it goes these days, unfortunately.
It's terrible.
Looking over at the ref as he was sliding across the turf there, Douglas Luiz.
Yeah, look, it's not even as for me. I don't know. It's not even a foul for me. But there you go. It's not a contact sport anymore, is it?
Doesn't appear to be. McGinn, left-footed free kick, chipped into the edge of the 6-yard box, headed away by Ndidi. Out to Grealish. Grealish moving it left side, just about enough weight on the pass to get to McGinn. Sent in over toward the far post. Al Mohammadi will try and keep it in. He's managed to do that, but only finds Soyuncu. And it goes behind for a throw-in. Approaching an hour gone.
Better play than you think, Soyuncu. I always thought he had a mistake in him, but he seems to have tightened up and defends really well. Anticipated that bit of play beautifully.
Nakamba laying it off for Al Mohammadi, blocked from Chilwell, sends it out to play for a throw, level with the edge of the box over on the far side to the right. Al Mohammadi's going to take this himself, tossed it down the line to El Ghazi and got it back. Al Mohammadi caught cross, easily cleared by Ndidi, out for another throw. Other than from Grealish, delivery from Villa from wide areas not really been good today.
It's not bad, and there's a change coming. Quite rightly so.
Marvellous Nakamba, defensive midfielder. Maybe feel they don't need him. Already 2 goals behind. He's off. And Trezeguet, who scored at Chelsea in the week, the Egyptian, comes on to take his place. I say Trezeguet. His name is Mahmoud Ahmed Ibrahim Hassan, but he calls himself Trezeguet because a youth coach once told him he looked like David Trezeguet.
You're kidding me.
That's true.
So that's not actually his real name?
Nope.
It's a nickname?
Yep.
What's that about? The whole thing's a nonsense, isn't it?
Meanwhile, yellow card has come out again. It is for John McGinn.
It's a terrible tackle.
Let's get the latest, meanwhile, from Carrow Road.
Low ball into the penalty area, trapped under the feet here. And a shot will come in, and it's another goal, and it's Baldock! What a turnaround from Sheffield United! 5 minutes ago they were 1-0 down, now they lead 2-1 at Carrow Road.
That is still the score as Leicester come on the attack, looking for a fourth goal, cleared away by Matt Targett, and Didi almost got to the loose ball, but Grealish did. Well, if Leicester were creating chances before Campbell went off, you think it's going to be even more so now?
Yes.
It's end-to-end stuff. This game is breathless, it's brilliant, it's fabulous for the neutral like us. Ball played forward toward Trezeguet. He's managed to pick it up just over halfway. First involvement for him, pushed out right side to Wesley. Wesley looking for a cross, into the box it comes, repelled by Evans, but then bounced off the boot of Chilwell, and Trezeguet's managed to get it back. Doesn't even look that much like David Trezeguet. Anyway, I'll leave it. Right side, here he is. Does he play like him?
Score like Trezeguet.
That would be good. Cleared away as far as Douglas Luiz, edge of the box. Good chance to volley one there. We've seen him capable of it. Scored a great goal against Bournemouth here back in August, but he sliced that one just past the hour mark. 3-1 to Leicester. Really great game. You are listening to Premier League Live, and there's no reason to go anywhere else for the next half hour. Soyuncu finding Tielemans up to Maddison on halfway, clipped by Douglas Luiz. Another free kick. He hasn't been booked, Douglas Luiz, but he's not going to get one for that by the looks of things.
Yeah, because they break so quickly, the only way to nullify them is to make decisions quickly. But you've got to make the right decisions. And Villa are, like you said, they could end up with 10 players. They really could, because all of their players are getting booked. Leicester show you the ball and then move it so quickly. Just that slow tackle, that slow thinking player could get themselves sent off in this.
12 fouls each according to the statistics that's just come up on our screen. 3-1 to Leicester. Here's El Mohammadi, plays it up to halfway, and El Ghazi trying to feed it down the line for Wesley. He's managed to do that, but Evans stepped across, got there first, turned it out to play for a throw-in. They're just trying to build up a head of steam at the moment.
I think, you look at Leicester and you think, this won't faze them. They'll get on with it. They gave away a poor goal, which they won't be happy with, and they'll be determined not to give away another.
Maddison playing it down the line for Iheanacho, up against Grealish. Left-hand side as Leicester attack. Infield from Iheanacho to Maddison, looking for a give and go, but poor return ball from Maddison. It means that Villa could get possession back, and McGinn has to whack it out of play, because there's an injury problem for Bjorn Engels. But he's on as a substitute for the injured Mings. Seeing what happened. Collision with Iheanacho. Just got the... Was it an elbow? Was it the shoulder in the face?
I think it was a bit with the elbow. I don't know if he meant it, but he's definitely taken an elbow in the chops, which is not good.
It's one of those, isn't it? Difficult for VAR to get involved and prove that that was a clear and obvious error.
Yeah. Intent. There's no intent there, to be truthfully honest. There's a change coming.
Yeah, this breaking play, Brendan Rodgers just using it to get some players around him and give some instruction. He's canny enough, Rodgers, to know that the game isn't won yet. He has won all 4 of his previous Premier League visits to this ground. And he's going to bring on Harvey Barnes now. Maybe a slight surprise that he didn't start. He's a perennial starter who gets substituted off usually. But he is on for Iheanacho now. Slightly surprised also that it's Iheanacho coming up.
Because I thought he's played really well.
He's on a yellow card, I suppose.
Yeah. And that tackle just then didn't help his cause, I suppose. So I suppose it's just saving him from himself. Different. Now it'll be different. There'll be a 5 in midfield now. And Vardy will be up front by himself.
He's got a bit of stick when his name was read out. Of course, he was on loan at West Brom, just down the road from here last season. It's enough to turn the Villa supporters against him.
I love fans.
Target left side playing it out for Trezeguet. Flicked back to Target on halfway. Number 18 on his back. Number in millions of pounds that he cost Villa from Southampton in the summer. Engels plays it up to McGinn. Good lead from McGinn to allow Villa to pick it up with El Ghazi right hand side. El Ghazi cross into the penalty area. Oh, Ricardo Pereira got a key touch on that just as Trezeguet was lining up a shot far post. That's the kind of delivery that's been lacking from Villa from wide areas. Here they come with Grealish. Played to El Ghazi, 25 yards out, went for goal, hit the heel of Soyuncu and spins out for a corner. Bit of belief amongst the home supporters now then.
Well, they're getting up ahead of steam, aren't they? I mean, are they getting any closer to Leicester's goal? I'd have to say no. But there's a lot of sort of, ooh-ah factor, you know, from the fans who think that they could be close. I'm not so sure.
El Ghazi with the corner in toward Wesley, headed up by Soyuncu. Referee stopped play because he took a whack to the head there. They're not happy about it, but you have to stop play when there's a head injury like that. Just have another look at it. Just caught a stray elbow, getting no intent from Wesley, but doesn't stop it hurting.
Any blows to the head, they should take their time with.
Wesley involved there, he's shaking his head now off the ball. Been a really frustrating day for him, hasn't it? Not scored in 7 coming into this. He hasn't even had a sniff so far today.
Well, he's not getting the service. I mean, the problem with Grealish is spending too much time trying to beat every player rather than getting his head up and moving it quickly. He's doing what he wants to do instead of doing what the team demands from him.
Here's Madison at the other end, the other number 10 coming forward, playing it to Vardy, edge of the box, back to Madison, setting up for a goal. Had to go from 25 yards, bent it over, and behind for a goal kick.
You see, you look at Madison there, doing what the team needs. Take a few touches, go and play. Whereas if you look at Grealish, he's taking far too many touches, which is why 3 players can converge on him and shut him down.
Goal kick, which Tom Heaton is taking his time over, waiting for players to move into what he considers to be a suitable position. Eventually wallops it up and over halfway, trying to find El Ghazi, but Chilwell won the header against him. Again, back in possession for Villa, who almost lost it to Barnes. Played right side now for El Mohammadi, crossing halfway, playing it in toward Grealish, too hard, couldn't control it, and Soyuncu has it back. It's 1-1 between Newcastle and Southampton at St James's Park now. John Shelby, what good form he's in all of a sudden.
He's scoring some goals, isn't he? No, he's a very good player, I've got to say, who hasn't really hit the heights. His definite talent and prodigious talent should have allowed him to. I don't know what happened there, because he's an England international. He gets it right, without a doubt.
And goals at the moment, and he's got Newcastle back on terms in that one. Here it is, 3-1 to Leicester. We're almost at the 3/4 mark of the match. And here's Vardy inside the penalty area. 2 defenders around him, tees up Madison. Can he get the shot away? Should have scored. He's put it wide. He puts his head in his hands because he knows that the net should be rippling and he should be running off towards the Leicester fans.
Great ball from Ndidi. Just kicks on a little bit much for Vardy, but he's unselfish. Now he could shoot himself, but he sets it up and it's got to go first time. And he takes 1 touch too many. Madison wants to curl it in that far post, the keeper's left-hand post, but just clips the outside of the post as Heaton watches it go by.
7 goals this season for Madison. Maybe should have been celebrating number 8 there.
Could be trouble in McGinn, you know. A couple of dodgy fouls I think he's committed.
He's already been booked too. He's just committed another foul there.
Yeah, it's a painful one as well. And it's frustration. You look at it, it is painful. Yeah, he stepped on him. It's just untidy attempt at getting the ball.
It's on Madison, who usually makes the most whenever he's tackled.
Yes, he does, which is probably why the ref's gone, get up, mate. You got previous for rolling all over the place.
So Soyuncu going to take the free kick to Ricardo Pereira.
Too much space for Leicester again. Just got too much space and not really getting pressed. Villa aren't pressing them.
It goes to Pratt. Now Evans all the way back to the goalkeeper. Schmeichel just rolls it out casually to Ndidi.
Too easy, far too easy. There's half a dozen Villa players doing nothing, not marking it.
It's Chilwell charging forwards. Out to Barnes, down the line to Chilwell again, inside the penalty area, clips across, deep far post for Tielemans on the volley, who skies it. They could have had this game dead and buried by now.
That's far too easy. From back to front, no resistance whatsoever. He clips the ball to the back post. Ben Chilwell, it's just poor technique. He's got underneath it rather than over it. Yuri Tielemans. Over it, he possibly hits the target. Underneath it, well, Rose Z. Everyone's sitting in there, better watch out. But it's great play from Leicester.
Approaching the final 20 here 3-1 to Leicester is the score. Tom Heaton with the goal kick. Up and over halfway. Wesley's got something on it, trying to flick it on for Trezeguet, can pick up the second ball. Ricardo Pereira then swaps passes with Tielemans. Pereira trying to step away from Douglas Luiz, who hadn't got a booking. He will probably get one now. Maybe he's going to get away with it, actually.
Wow.
Whilst this free kick is being prepared, let's get the latest from St James's Park.
Carroll's going to find the corner flag now and looks the ball back into the mix. It's not a bad cross. Shelby arrives and finds the back of the net. 3-3 for John Joe Shelby in the Premier League. And who predicted that? Andy Carroll whipping it in for a towering header by John Joe Shelby.
Sounds like it should be the other way around, doesn't it? 1-1 there, 3-1 here. Pratt, right side near the dead ball line, playing it to Ricardo Pereira inside the penalty area. Cut back from him, he goes down. And the ball goes behind. And we're going to get a VAR check on a possible penalty here, I wonder. Pereira, I'm not sure he was going to do anything with it particularly.
He does nudge him.
VAR.
He does nudge him in the back. It's not enough, though. He does give him a push, but I'm not sure it's enough.
Silly from Grealish, because he was almost off the pitch there.
Doesn't make sense, does it?
No VAR check, no penalty.
But that's the type of game they've had. Villa. Too many of their big name players. McGinn, Grealish, El Mohamed is big. Wesley just have not been involved, not been in the game.
Wesley involved there, but only to give away a foul. And mouthing off at Michael Oliver. He's got to be careful too, because he's on a booking as well. First Brazilian ever to play for Aston Villa. And he signed, and then quickly after him came Douglas Luiz. Here is Soyuncu taking the free kick. Now Ndidi up looking for Barnes. Barnes hasn't really been able to affect the game since he came.
No, he hasn't. Not sure that was the greatest of moves. I see why they took Iheanacho off, but also what he's done is that lack of genuine pace, other than Vardy as well.
Here's Chilwell on the ball inside the centre circle for Ricardo Pereira. Now Tielemans sliding out right side for Pratt. Pratt stepping away from a couple of potential challenges. Again, Villa happy to let Leicester have the ball, which is a dangerous thing to do. Maddison's got it now. He's out to Chilwell. Now back with Maddison. And Soyuncu on halfway. Ndidi inside the centre circle under pressure from Wesley, but calmly enough turned away. Here's Evans flicking it out for Ricardo Pereira. Thought about the cross from deep, instead he carried on, then he gave it square to Tielemans. Tielemans out for Ndidi, back with Ricardo Pereira again, slid it down the line for Pratt. Pratt back for Ricardo once more. Away from Douglas Luiz, nicely done. He can cross here to the edge of the, well, nearly the penalty spot, and it came for that man Harvey Barnes. That was a chance for him to impact the game. First time finish blazed over the crossbar.
Well, it's another chance. Good patient play from Leicester. Great attacking play from Pereira, Ricardo Pereira. Pulls in a great shot.
.73 minutes and a little bit more on the clock now. Leicester in control. A goal back for Villa to make things interesting. They need to get one back probably in the next 10 minutes, you would think. Heaton, meanwhile, has the ball played back, so he controls it on his chest, then his knee, and then volleys it out to Engels as if he were Edison. Out from Engels to target. Here's McGinn inside his own half, middle of the pitch. Flashed it out wide to the left wing. Touched by Trezeguet, comes back for Jack Grealish. Grealish having a run to the edge of the penalty area. Offloads it to Trezeguet inside the box. Ricardo Pereira with a really risky challenge. Trezeguet goes down. No penalty given yet. We'll wait and see what VAR make of it. Play going on for the moment with Villa and Grealish on the ball. Flicking it to El Ghazi. He finds Wesley inside the penalty area, but Soyuncu in his way. Wesley deflects it behind for a corner. Is there going to be a check on that, I wonder?
Well, they can. It looked like he got the ball. Looked like it was very good defending, I've got to say.
Yeah, we are getting a chance to see it again.
Yeah, he's got the ball. As far as I'm concerned, I think he's got the ball first. I think it's a decent tackle.
Yeah, and it's going to be just a corner. Taken from the right by El Ghazi, flicked on by Al Mohammadi. And nobody could get onto the loose ball, which dropped into the 6-yard box, and Ricardo Pereira can get it cleared. Header was a poor one.
That's a great
Went straight to Pratt, and he's played it through the middle for Vardy, and all of a sudden Vardy's one-on-one with Heaton, and that is that. Jamie Vardy at the double again. He's in rich form at the moment, the Premier League's leading marksman, and he has surely wrapped up the points for the visitors here. It's Aston Villa 1, Leicester 4. It is Jamie Vardy again. He's unstoppable. Leicester march on. And surely there's no way back for Villa now.
Too easy. I've got to say, that was so simple, so basic. Pereira knocks a long ball up. It gets knocked back to Pereira, and Villa are playing offside with the whole of their half open. All of their players are in Leicester's half. Vardy starts in Leicester's half. At a foot race, no one's catching him. What are they thinking? It's beyond me. They've mistimed their offside trap. He's timed it beautifully, Jamie Vardy, but he's still got work to do. Got to bring the ball down, got to guide it forward, and then put it in the net. And you know what? He does all of that so easy.
They are flying at the moment. They are going to get this club record 8th top flight win in a row. The best defensive record in the Division 2.
Best part of 15 minutes to go, in my opinion. So the goal scoring may not be over yet.
And Mark Albrighton's come on, and he will be absolutely loving this. Extraordinary when you think about it now, Paul. He was released by Villa, let go on a free in 2014.
Not good enough.
Comes back with the Premier League winners' medal in his back pocket.
Well, they'll be in the Champions League again this year. I think it was Dennis Pratt that went off.
Good spot. I hadn't noticed that, but you're absolutely right.
Too easy.
Here they come again.
Too easy.
Leicester rather. Tielemans edge of the box now. Here's Maddison pointing to the penalty area, left-hand side. Into Barnes, couldn't quite control it. Villa going to make a substitution too, but really they're looking to just restore some pride as much as anything else now. Can't see them making 3 goals up. Matt Targett's gone off injured. He's already down the tunnel. The change hasn't happened yet, so Villa defending with 10 men at the moment, and El Mohammadi gives away a free kick for a foul on Maddison. This will at least give them a chance to get the Frenchman Frederick Gilbert in Target's place. He's a right back naturally. Had to make 2 defensive changes because of injury. Not ideal, but it's not the reason why they're going to lose this game.
No, absolutely not. They're coming up against a top 3 side playing top 3 football. You know, they've just been too good. They've just been so much better in all departments. They're getting a lesson today, Villa.
Free kick then. Well, 22 yards out, point to the penalty area, left-hand side, and it comes towards Soyuncu.
What a save!
Oh my goodness me!
What a save
Heaton
with his
made
face.
A save from about 6 yards out, using his mush to keep Soyuncu's header from making it 5-1.
Oh, right in the face. They all count. They all count. I mean, either side, and he scores. And you're kind of hoping he's offside, because he should not have that much time and space ever in a 6-yard box.
Somehow went out for a goal kick rather than a corner. Well, Leicester just look untouchable at the moment. Those games against City and Liverpool are going to be really interesting. You'd think 11 points is too much to reel in on a team like Liverpool, but I mentioned it before kickoff. If they don't get Champions League football, it would be a pretty spectacular collapse.
It definitely would. I mean, I know we look at Liverpool and say, you know, how brilliant Liverpool have been, but these lot have been one of the best sides as well, Leicester. Don't see a weakness. They look fantastic. They're getting better and better every week.
Ghazi to take a Villa corner here from the right side. It's the Leicester supporters you can hear singing. El Mohammadi gets his head on that though, and then in toward Engels. Schmeichel uncertain, clears it away as far as Konza couldn't bring it under control. Maddison has done, and he's got it clear only as far as McGinn. Good opportunity for Villa to score there.
Yeah, there was. The ball stayed in the penalty area for once, but they just couldn't make it count.
Here's Grealish, inside left position, 30 yards from goal, heading towards the edge of the box, trying to get away from Ndidi, trying to look for somebody to pass to. Oh my goodness me, that's the worst thing he's done all season. He kicked it out to play. El Mohammadi didn't help him by not being in a great position. It still should have been a simple pass.
Yeah, it is. But that kind of highlights where Villa are at the moment. They're just not playing well enough.
Well, Ben Chilwell had been out with a groin injury, and he is coming off here, and maybe more, to give the man who's coming on for him some minutes in. James Justin came in from Luton in the summer, only 21, scored against them actually on his Leicester debut. His first start in senior football was against Aston Villa in a League Cup tie a few years ago. He actually got man of the match that day.
Well, he's not going to have to go some to get it this today, I'll tell you. A few candidates in grey.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I don't know who you'd pick actually, because Vardy, although he's scored twice, has been
in it. He's not really been in it.
No,
you know,
might get the match ball still. Been lots of 7 out of 10s for Leicester, and that's what you need really, isn't it? You get 6 or 7 of them in the game, and you've got a chance of winning it.
Consistency, and they are a consistent side with players whose form is consistent.
Here they come again, looking to rub salt into the wound. And here is Trezeguet though for Villa as they try and break out. And then we're having a minute's applause here spontaneously for Ron Saunders. We paid tribute to the former Villa manager who died yesterday before kick-off. And 1981, a special year for Aston Villa. 21st minute comes the applause. The year he led them to the league title. Here's James Justin out left side for Harvey Barnes. Barnes to the dead ball line away from El Mohammadi first time, and then El Mohammadi, risky challenge. Barnes stayed on his feet. Barnes tries to win it back off McGinn, commits a foul. Inside the final 10 minutes now, 4-1 to Leicester. Villa in relegation danger to you?
Yeah, they definitely are. They're what, 4th bottom, and they're not winning games. And what will happen is those below them will just get closer and closer, and they'll be under more and more pressure, and it goes from wanting to win games to having to win games to needing to win games. And once we get to must win, they're in trouble.
Here's Douglas Luiz on the ball. Got to say, I've been particularly impressed with him today.
He won't be the only Villa player, I've got to say. I've not been impressed with. Lovely take.
Just then couldn't control it there after Gilbert, who's just onto the pitch, goes behind for a goal kick. 8 minutes plus add-ons to go.